I'm Mossy Marie Vizcaino, and today we will be doing our very first feature interview with a rising local talent. She's a singer and a songwriter, and she's currently the lead singer for the band called Samba Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome Dia. So Dia, let's talk about your career. How did it all start?
When I was younger, music was always in my family. Everybody played an instrument up to my grandparents' generation. And I thought everybody's family was the same until I grew a little bit older and realized that my family was a little bit different. And so I began singing with my grandfather's band and got into the Italian music. And we just developed from there. I decided to make a career out of it.
What inspired you to become a singer and a songwriter? Was it your love for music? Was it a hobby at first?
Because I think I was exposed to it from such a young age, I felt that it would be something I could take a little bit further into my career. So it became a career from a passion. And whether there was money or not, I mean, I know I'll be singing for the rest of my life and writing music.
So how long have you been singing and writing songs?
I started singing professionally when I was 12 years old, and I started writing music in my preteens. So I was about 14. Well, I guess that would be considered teens. Yeah, so I would say 14 years old. Yeah.
When you first started as a singer, was there a specific genre that you wanted to focus in, or did you want to move somewhere else?
I grew up listening to rock and roll because of my father, and later on, my passion for world music started to develop. I used to watch Bollywood shows every Sunday by myself in my living room. And my parents would be like, oh, what is she watching? And we're a traditional Italian family, so they'd be pretty taken back by my choice in music, and they'd be like, you don't understand anything, how do you like to watch it? But I was just so mesmerized by culture that the older I grew, the more into world music I got interested in.
Let's talk about the Samba Squad. How did you end up joining the Samba Squad?
Samba Squad happened by accident. I was in second year university and I was taking a course at York University called Escola de Samba. My course director, Rick Lazar, was asking the class if anybody wanted to sing in Portuguese, and I said, yeah, sure, why not, let's try it. And so he ended up asking me, he invited me to join a rehearsal with the Samba Squad, which is his band, and I sang the only songs that I knew from his course, and he asked me to sing with the group. So it was the best accident that happened.
So let's talk about the 24 languages. What pushed you to sing in different languages fluently?
I grew up with a very wide variety of friends from all kinds of cultures, and so I kind of lifted some of their habits in language and music. As well, having grown up in Thornhill, I also picked up on other cultures that would have not already been in my school. So I was exposed to a lot of culture growing up, and I just have always been interested in grabbing languages from all over the place. So working hard at that.
Were there any artists in the past that inspired you to do what you are doing right now?
I would have to say my mom is the biggest inspiration because she's been there helping me develop as a vocalist with no formal training of her own or my own. We kind of just developed in our house. But I would have to say Freddie Mercury has always been an inspiration to me. He's the lead singer of Queen. And Siru Sho, who is an Armenian singer, is one of my idols. She's unbelievable and she's incredibly talented. As well as an Italian singer named Giorgia. So those would have to be my top three famous.
Why?
What would be your biggest accomplishment as a singer?
I would have to say, aside from singing in 24 languages, which I think is something I'm very proud of, I was privileged to perform the Canadian and American national anthems at the Toronto Maple Leafs game versus Philadelphia Flyers back in 2007. in front of 20,000 people, which has to be the most nerve-wracking moment of my life. And as well, I also have an accomplishment now that I'm trying to execute, which is graduating from my master's degree at York University in ethnomusicology.
Do you have any future plans for yourself and for the Samba Squad?
I am currently writing an album for myself that incorporates my worldly influences with pop music, and I'll be releasing that soon. And Samba Squad just released an album 2 weeks ago, and it's entitled Que Beleza, and it was a fun-filled release party with great energy and a great turnout. And actually, you can buy the album on iTunes right now, as well as you can visit the website www.sambasquad.com.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to listening to the songs in your Samba Squad CD.
Thank you.